Okay, now, the story for Duke Nukem Forever is pretty complex. Let me lay it down real quick for you. Okay, you are Duke Nukem, who is a badass alien ass kicker, and it's been 12 years since the last alien invasion has, invaded Earth. And he's like, oh man, I want to kill aliens. And then aliens came up, and he's like, yo, I want to kill aliens. So he goes, kills aliens, and then the aliens go and steal all his chicks, because he likes a bunch of chicks. Come on, he likes chicks. He's a dude. He's like me. And, he has to go get his chicks back, get the aliens out of there, and kill everything. There you go. There's a story for Duke Nukem Forever. Did you really think I was going to explain the story of Duke Nukem Forever any other way? That's really the story of Duke Nukem Forever. You have Duke Nukem, he says one-liners, he kills aliens. There you go. There's the story of Duke Nukem Forever. Let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound in the game. I might as well call this the voice actor of the game because that's the only thing in the sound that is actually good. Alright, let me talk about what is not good. The sound design. The sound design isn't bad, it's just really. It's meh, I would say. Because it just sounds what it's supposed to do, explosions, all that stuff, gunfire, but there is a couple glitches here and there, like sometimes sound doesn't happen until like a half a second after you've done something or something, which is bad, it shouldn't do that, but meh, because it doesn't happen that much. Also, the soundtrack, I say meh too, because it's not in the game all that much. When you're playing the game, the actual game, it's not really there. You don't hear any music, you just hear Duke Nukem's one-liners, and that's a bad thing. You only hear it during the loading in the main menu. But the one thing that saves the sound is the voice actor in the game, John St. John, who again voices Duke Nukem in the game, and I think he is a badass. I think he should play Duke Nukem when the movie comes, if a live-action movie comes out, even though he's like 50 and overweight. I don't care. He should play Duke Nukem because he is awesome. So anyway, the sound is actually good because of him. He's badass. I love his one-liners, the way he says them. I don't care. I love them. Anyway, there you go. There's the sound. Let's go on to the graphics. Alright, now the graphics for Duke Nukem Forever are outdated. I will say it right there, but I do not think they look terrible at all. There is some good in the graphics. I will say that. Some of the character models look good. Mostly Dukes and the aliens all look good. Some of the girls in the game, because there is a lot of girls in the game, do look a little weird. Some of them are very skinny looking. They just look very strange. Some of the little effects here and there don't look that great, but some of them look okay. Some of the explosions look nice. Some of the environments also look okay, but a lot of them do look drab and kind of boring looking, and the texture popping is also something that is horrendous in this game. You will literally stare at a texture for like 10 minutes and it will never load in. It will just be a big blurry blotch on the freaking wall or something, and it's pretty bad. But besides the texture popping, everything else is either decent or really. It's like decent or really. So overall, I would say it's more an It's not terrible, it's I don't know, it's decent, whatever, screw it. Let's go on to the gameplay. Alright, now the gameplay for Duke Nukem Forever. I have been waiting for this game for so long because I am a huge fan of Duke Nukem, and many critics have been saying this game is terrible, don't play it, it is a very big disappointment, and I gotta say it right here, I had a load of fun with this game. Sure, it is outdated, sure the gameplay isn't that great, and there's a lot of stuff that is not surprising in the game, but it is a Duke Nukem game, and I did enjoy it. Now, I do have problems with it, but I will talk about that in a minute. What I did like about it is the gunplay. The gunplay is a lot of fun because all you do in the game is blow the hell out of aliens. I mean, there's a couple other things I'll talk about in a minute, but besides that, it is about you just blowing aliens up with a whole bunch of different weapons, like pistols, shotguns, freeze rays, shrink rays, rocket launchers, all that. And it's a hell of a good time. It might feel a little outdated, but it's still fun to kill these pig aliens, regular aliens, rocket aliens, squid aliens, all kinds of different alien types, and it's just fun to kill these things. It is. And maybe it's just because it is the Duke Nukem character, and it's the Duke Nukem universe, and it's just fun to play as this character again. But I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. The gunplay is definitely entertaining. Okay, besides the gunplay in the game, you also have puzzles, platforming, and driving sequences in the game, and I have to admit, the driving sequences and the platforming aren't that great in the game. Platforming is actually kind of fun in the beginning, but then later on in the game it kind of gets a little boring because it's all the same kind of stuff. You're small Duke in these parts, so you have to jump on really small things that are just big compared to you because you're actually really, really small. So you're like jumping on hamburger buns and stuff. And that's really cool in the beginning. Kind of gets boring later on because it's all like you just jumping on stuff. So I mean, I just want to kill stuff. I don't want to jump on stuff. The driving sequences, the controls aren't that great for the cars that you drive. So that's the reason why I didn't really care for those all that much. And also they went on a little bit too long. But I actually did really enjoy the puzzles in the game. They're not challenging at the least bit, but they're actually really, really entertaining to do, and actually somewhat clever. I say that as in they're not challenging, but it's just clever things they do for puzzles. You also have multiplayer in the game, which I have to admit was a lot of fun. The thing is that the multiplayer isn't something that you'll come back to after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, really. It's not really something that will stick with you, and out of all the games that are out right now that is heavily multiplayer based, I don't think you'll come back to this after maybe a week or two, but it is fun for what it is. After you're done with the single player, if you like the gameplay that much like I do, then you might want to go and play the multiplayer for a little while. It's pretty fun, I have to admit. So anyway, there is my review for Duke Nukem Forever. I really enjoyed this game. I know many people won't. There is a lot of flaws with the game, but for a Duke Nukem game, it is a decent one. It's not the best Duke Nukem game, but it is a decent one, and it's not as bad as many critics have been saying. It is outdated, sure, but it's still fun. There you go. There's my review for Duke Nukem Forever. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you and goodbye.